Hello, this is Lynn Reilly, author, licensed professional counselor, master energy therapist, and your host of Living Serendipitously. Today, I'm going to be talking about the power of words, one of my favorite topics, and the impact of the language we speak every day. Basically, the words that you use. We are really going to look at and feel the words that you are using most frequently and how they influence your mood and perspective. And actually, even your body. They directly impact your body. It's fascinating when you can feel where the words sit on your body. This is definitely a super empowering awareness activity that I know is going to benefit you. I want you to start noticing how you speak to yourself. What are the words you use most frequently? And what are those words doing for you? Are they helping you or making your life a little more challenging? Once you begin to notice what you are saying most often and the power of those words, you can decide what changes you'd like to make that will enhance your life and allow you to feel a little lighter and free. That's the practice we are going to look at today. You can learn more of these simple life-enhancing practices in my working book, 30 Days to Me, which can be found on my website, livingwithserendipity.com, along with my children's book, The Secret to Beating the Dragon, as well as through sacredstoriesmedia.com, the wonderful company working with me to support you. So let's talk about those words. We use words constantly in our thinking, the way we talk to ourselves and others. They can build you up or tear you down depending on how you ingest them. It's absolutely incredible how much power they have. And I'm completely in love with them. I'm actually completely enamored by their power and the energy behind them and how a single word can lighten my mood or darken my outlook, just like that. If we look at the meaning of words, we are taught what words mean by our primary educators, our parents, our teachers, our peers, and certainly society. And we tend to use the ones we hear most often by others. We also feel the weight of them when other people say them. They truly have their own energy, and this energy impacts us directly, as does our own perspective of what they mean. Although you have been influenced to decide and feel what they mean by others, you actually have the ability to change them at any point when those meanings no longer work for you. And that's a really cool thing. But first, let's feel the weight of them so you can feel what I'm talking about. I really want you to feel this. On day 16 in 30 Days to Me working book, there is an activity that we are going to use to show you how powerful words really are. So I want you to get comfortable here, and if you're able to close your eyes, go do that. And I want you to take a few focused breaths. Inhale slowly and exhale slowly. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale slowly and exhale slowly. I'm going to say a few words and I want you to notice how you feel when I say them. When I say the word hate, how does this feel? Hate. Notice the reaction you feel in your body and what the word does to your energy. When I say the word should, how does this feel? Should. Do you notice any tension or pressure? Where do you feel that in your body? When I say the word love, how does this feel? Do you notice a change? Love. When I say the word peace, How does it feel? Peace. Do you feel a lightness or a calm? How about the word hope? How does that feel? Hope. Or the word trust. You might have an interesting reaction based on your experiences. If trusting feels challenging to you, it may feel uncomfortable, or if you have held out hope for something you really wanted and were disappointed, you may struggle with that word as well. But if you practice trusting and find it valuable, you'll have a different reaction. Or if hope sounds promising and light to you, you may love the way that word feels. Okay, so now you can open your eyes again if you wish, if you had them closed. Did you feel the difference between the weight and sense of these words? They each have their own vibration and impact, and the more you use them, the more you will feel whatever they are projecting. When you start to notice the words you are using, you'll start to notice the feelings associated with them. If you want to feel differently, then choose different words. You have the ability to do that. For example, do you use the word should often? I should get started. I should be at that event. I should stop procrastinating. I should be noticed more. I should exercise. I should eat better. I should listen more. I should take time for myself. I should pay more attention to my kids. I should work harder. I should be more of this or less of that. I should. That's a lot of heavy expectation there. And what happens if you don't follow through and meet your own expectations? The negative self-talk begins again. I suck. I should know better. Why do I always mess it up? What is wrong with me? I will never be good enough. Okay, ouch. The more pressure you put on yourself, the higher your expectations become, and the more likely that you are not going to meet them when you set the bar too high to reach. So what if those expectations become goals instead? Goals you're working towards and would like to move in the direction of. Instead of I should, say I'd like to, or I'm aiming to. Instead of I need to, say I want to. Feel the difference between I should and I'd like to, or from I need to I want to? The word weight alone shift creates more space for you to move forward in a direction that feels more open instead of pressed for time and energy, and it also allows for more flow. You know when you have a plan to get something done and something else comes up and the only thing getting in the way between your feeling of success and joy in the moment is your perception. When you say I should, you put pressure on it like you have no options and like whatever else you do is wrong. Hello, self-criticism and judgment. That always gets us far. And those shoulds impact us physically too. Our expectations energetically weigh down our shoulders. When you feel the pressure and pain in your shoulders, it's from you shoulding on yourself. Should is actually part of the word shoulder. So the more you should, the more your shoulders are going to feel and take the brunt of it. You want to help release the tension in your shoulders? Then go ahead and replace the word should with like to or want to. This will help change the energy and pressure you're feeling, for sure. When you begin to notice how you feel around words, you'll find the difference when you are talking to others too. Absolutely. When my kids were little, hate was a swear word. When I hear it, it makes me feel icky, and I didn't want my kids to use it because I didn't like the way it felt when I heard it, let alone used it myself. Even now, when I hear them say it or anyone else, I cringe. Recently, my best friend was telling me about when her son used the word hate in an argument and then paused after he heard himself and said, Yeah, I know. It's a really strong word, which I thought was really funny coming from an 11-year-old boy and well trained by his mom that the words we are using are really powerful and we can feel them. He absolutely felt it right after he said it, and that's beautiful awareness. And that's what it comes back to. I mean, we're naturally careful about how we speak to kids and the words we use, but not as much to ourselves and the way we treat ourselves or even talk about other people. But all of the words we use are important, and our kids are listening. When I was a high school counselor, I was a co-creator and facilitator of our school's anti-bullying program. And I would listen to juniors and seniors in high school talk about the power that words had on them, the ones other people said to them, and certainly the devastating ones they used against themselves. Listening to kids talk about themselves with such disgust is really hard to hear. It brings out all the protective parts in you and makes you want to take down all the bullies in the world. But those bullies are just using those same words on themselves and haven't learned to treat themselves with the respect they deserve. Not just yet. They are in need of the same love and protection as everyone else, and they crave it. But since we can't teach all the bullies in the world at once to love themselves, we have to focus on what we can do. And that starts with you and the way you speak to yourself and the words you use, especially when you have or are around children. How you talk about yourself in front of your kids and the way you talk about other people teaches them to do the same. What words do you want to teach your children? How do you want them to feel? This little game that we did earlier on how does the word make you feel is actually perfect for kids and families. Have the kids close their eyes and ask them how each word makes them feel, and use all different words and have them describe the feeling. This gives them direct experience and you of how important it is to notice our word use. When my kids use words I know are hurtful, I often ask them, how does that taste in your mouth when you say it? I want them to notice the sensations. Use the words that taste and feel good, because what you put out, you get right back. So for the next few days to a week, I really want you to start to notice the words that you use the most and how they make you feel, as well as the words that other people use and how they make you feel. It's really quite fascinating once you tune in, and you'll have a lasting impact when you begin to change your own word use in a way that feels good for you. This is a really cool practice on self-awareness, and I know that once you get started and start to really feel it and see the difference and make a couple changes, it's going to be powerfully impactful. It's really cool stuff. For more techniques and practices on living serendipitously and with joy, as well as great self-awareness activities, check out 30 Days to Me on Living Serendipitously, livingwithserendipity.com and sacredstoriesmedia.com. Thank you again for listening, and I will catch you next time on Living Serendipitously with Lynn Reilly.